So, firstly, I was very pleased to see the thousand-armed Chenrezig, and I'm aware that it's sitting above my head now, that he's sitting above my head. And Chenrezig, the perfected mind of compassion, has been my main practice for about 20 years now. And when you arrive in a new place and you don't know anything and you don't recognize anyone, for me it was very nice to see, here the thousand arm of Chenrezig is here. And obviously made me think of Bhutan a lot. The place I do a lot of practice in Bhutan called Numsak Lachang has a beautiful painting of the thousand armed Chenrezig. And so when I saw this Chenrezig here, I thought, it could be home. And so firstly, I wanted to share one small verse from the bodhicitta, and generating bodhicitta from the Chenrezig prayer in Bhutan with you. And it goes like this. Being's own nature is Buddha itself, but not knowing it, they wander in illusory samsara. For those, through overwhelming compassion, I generate the bodhicitta aspiration and enter the profound path. And I really feel here at the Abbey, I have seen again and again, moment after moment, so many true practitioners generating this aspiration and entering the profound path, like just again and again and again. And it's been so touching to see it. I really feel what's happening at Sravasti Abbey is very unique, very clean, very brave. And the dynamo behind it is a female. And whilst it's not a question of male versus female, with somebody in this kind of skin, with this kind of apparent body, I do find it very inspiring to be taught by Venerable Thupten Chodron, and also by the Venerable from Taiwan. I've never been taught by a female. I've been a nun for 12 years, and I have never been taught by a female. And seeing her example has been very inspiring to me at what may be possible for us with a female body to manifest. It's made me think a lot. So I was just trying to imagine this table filled with all of the wonderful experiences that I've had here in the last 2.5 weeks, like all the food, all the teachings, all the advice, all the washing up, spraying, all the, the snow plowing thing, everything. I tried to bring everything to mind, and when I did that, I did leave a little space for potentially coming back. But then when I looked at all of these things, I can't remember, was it Venerable Phuntsok said to me, you've got to go with what's really alive now, right? Which I've never heard this phrase before, right? And I never thought about it. Anyway, so when I looked at my vast table of everything I've been offered and experienced here, there was one thing that really stood out. It took me a few days to realize that there's these very small, neat little shoes by the door. Like they're a maroon color. They're very small. They look like the shoes of some kind of elf or something, right? And they were always sitting there, very nicely aligned, like left there. And I realized after a few days, these are the shoes of Venerable Thupten Chodron, right? And I looked at these shoes, and they're so small. And yet, look at everything she's done. And I was like, so small, so big. How can that be? How can that be? And but just seeing them left there, these shoes, these these shoes left there, I found it kind of moving actually, even though they're a bit beaten up and a bit cruddy, and yeah, I found it quite moving, and it made me think of other footprints that I've seen, and about the footprint that we're all going to leave behind, you know, when we journey onwards out of this bardo and into the next. So I just put together 3 slides, which we can look at now. So here we go. Yeah. So this is the first slide. You will have seen pictures like this in so many places. The original feeling of the Buddha having been in this world, having shared the earth that we are also sharing now. The sign that he has been here was the footprints that were left. And so from Venerable's scummy shoes, I went to this place. And then from this place, I returned to Bhutan for the next slide. Because I'm sure she must have needed incredible determination and true faith to do what she has done. And these are footprints left in a lachang near Paro from around sometime in the 1800s of this Lama doing his practice there. And if you visit any time, you can put your feet in. The indents are so deep, you can put your own feet in them, which is very wonderful. And then my next slide from Bhutan. Maybe less distinct, yeah, maybe get your glasses on for this one. I had the opportunity to be taken up high in the mountains of Bhutan to a place where they say the dakinis, the skygoers, have been and left their footprints. And you can you see in the center there one footprint? So you see footprints a lot in Bhutan, and they're often placed, the footprints in rocks are often placed on shrines. I don't know what I think. You know, you look at this rock, you see this thing, you think, did somebody come and carve this in the middle of the night? You know, can it be true? Could a dakini come to earth and leave their footprints somewhere? Anyway, what I'd like is that every time you see those shoes going forward, you remember how significant, how long-lasting, and how huge your footprint can be. Thank you.